guys, what's up? We are back on the grill yet again today, and we are getting ready to cook bacon jam hot dogs. Okay guys, we are back in the kitchen so we can get everything prepared and start making our bacon jam. But before we get to the bacon jam, I want to just say I am using Knockwurst. These are Boar head Knockwurst. Now what's the difference between a Knockwurst and a hot dog? Well, basically nothing. These are bigger, they're considered sausages, and they're more aggressively seasoned. But guys, at the end of the day, they're a big fat hot dog. And I think they taste better. So we're gonna set some of the ingredients aside for the bacon jam, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna score them. It's always best if you can score your hot dogs, whether they're Knockwurst, Bratwurst, or any other kind, before you use any kind of high heat on. If you're grilling them, or if you're going to pan fry them, it's best that you score them. What that will do, it keeps the skin from bursting on its own. So come on in here closer so you can see how I'm going to do it. Now we're just going to do this in a rotating pattern. You can simply just go across it with 2 or 3 lines, but I kind of like the whole hot dog to be scored. So this is how. And there goes my AirPod. Okay, we'll get that in a minute. This is how it goes. You just kind of want to turn your hot dog as you go along. And you don't want it deep, just very lightly. Just very lightly, guys, all the way around. Turning the hot dog, bratwurst or whatever, as you go. And you can't see it too well now, but you'll be able to see it as it cooks. So we'll just go ahead and do another one. Make sure you don't press down too hard so you don't cut through the entire hot dog. Also for the hot dogs, I am using a brioche bun. These are absolutely fantabulous, made in France. If you can't find these, any hot dog bun will do. I'm gonna set these aside. Now let's get to our bacon jam. For the bacon jam, you want to use a thick cut bacon, and I have a thick cut applewood smoked bacon that I'm going to use. But if you can't find thick cut, you can always use just regular bacon. You can also use turkey bacon. My opinion, not quite as good, but I understand. If you want to use turkey bacon, go right ahead. You're going to need a little brown sugar and a couple of onions, half a cup of water. I will have all the ingredients and everything down in the description. There's a couple of other ingredients, but we'll get to those as we make the bacon jam. So the first thing you want to do, guys, is go in and slice up your bacon. So we're just going to take this out of the pack. I'm going to use about half of it because I'm not making that much. And I kind of like to stack it up the best you can. And then we're just going to cut it in about 1-inch pieces. Don't worry if they stick together when you're cutting them. That's fine, because as they cook, they will separate. Okay, so we're just going to put this in a bowl and set it aside. Now we're going to go ahead and cut our onions. You want to cut them in half first. They need to be in kind of a thick slices. So I like to kind of go ahead. I take both of my ends off in this case because we actually want slices, not dices. So I'm just going to go ahead and slice it off this way. Okay, so we are at the stove, and the first thing we want to do is cook our bacon. Now for once, we do not want crispy bacon, guys. We want to cook this until it's done, but still soft, not real crispy. So we're going to let our bacon cook, render that fat down, because we're going to need the fat out of the bacon, and we'll be back stirring it occasionally. Make sure you are stirring it every now and then. It is looking good. We are almost ready there. Okay guys, right here is what we are looking for. So we're going to go ahead and get this out of our skillet. Still want to go ahead and drain it. So we're putting it in this little bowl. Now we've poured off all but about 2 tablespoons of the bacon drippings, and we're going to add our onions in here. We have our skillet on medium high, and we're going to keep it here and saute these onions about 10 minutes before adding other ingredients in. Make sure you come in and stir your onions every few minutes or so. Okay, our onions are right where we want them, so we're going to reduce the heat to low. Then we're adding in about a 1/3 cup of brown sugar. And we're going to cook these with this brown sugar until the onions start to caramelize. Okay, our onions are nice and caramelized, so now we're going to turn our heat back up to medium. And we're going to add our bacon back in here. Just dump it all in. And guys, we're adding in our water, which is about a 1/2 cup of water. And our secret ingredient, a 1/3 cup of good, strong coffee. You're talking about bringing out the flavor now. Oh my goodness, guys, I love, love, love hot dogs. Ever since I was a child, reminds me of going to the amusement park to get a hot dog or the ball game. My father loved baseball, so I spent all my summers at the baseball diamond, guys. Professional, and he was a coach. Won every championship he ever coached. So I had plenty of hot dogs growing up. Okay, we are going to cook this until it comes a jam-like consistency. That's going to take about 30 minutes. So we're going to stir it every 5 minutes or so in between. Okay guys, don't forget to come on in here and stir every now and then. We've got one more ingredient that we're going to need to add to this at the end. So hang in there with me, and while we're waiting for this to cook, we're going to go ahead and head outside so we can get our hot dogs on the grill. And while we're doing that, guys, this is a great time. Do me a favor, take a moment and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the post notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos every time I upload. Let's get on outside. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on there just like that. In a row is great. Make sure it's going across the grill so you can get those grill marks on there. Okay, we'll check on them shortly. Okay guys, we are at our jam consistency. You don't want it to be too set because as it cools, it's going to thicken too. So for that last secret ingredient, guys, we want to turn it off of the heat. And I'm going to actually take this off of this eye since I'm having an electric stove. The heat doesn't actually cut. But after I put this last little ingredient in here, then I will remove it from the stove, which is a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Stir that in, guys, then remove it and just let it cool, and it'll thicken as it cools while you get your hot dogs all ready. So we'll be back. Okay guys, we are ready to turn them over. As you can see where I slit them at, that is where they are splitting instead of just popping open any kind of way. So we're going to just rotate these right quick. Let them start cooking on the other side. They are looking amazing. Okay guys, we are back and we are all done. As you can see, our hot dogs look amazing. They are not all bursted all kind of ways. And I'm going to give you another little tip. For presentation when you're doing hot dogs, use a coffee filter and put your bun inside. And it looks amazing. You don't have to buy anything special. Unless, of course, you don't drink coffee. Well, I can't help you then. I can't help you then. But that's just what I am doing. Put them all on this tray. Turn it this way so you guys can see what I am doing. Just going to put that in there like that. In each one. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me today in my kitchen. We're getting ready to taste this bacon jam. And don't forget to subscribe if you are not already subscribed to the channel. I know I said that once, but I'm saying it again. Yes, I am. Okay, we're going to set that aside. Put our tray up here. And we're going to taste this bacon jam. Then we're going to get it on here. These look so delicious, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, doesn't this bacon jam look good? Oh my goodness, guys. Let's give it a taste. Let's give it a taste. You all know I love bacon anyway. It is worth every second that it took to make that. You can keep this for a week in the refrigerator if you don't use it all right away. And when you do put it in the refrigerator, remember to bring it to room temperature or heat it slightly in the microwave. And when you first bring it out of the refrigerator, you'll see maybe like white spots over it. That's just the oil from the bacon that's solidified because it's cold. Once it comes to room temperature or you heat it up, that will dissipate. So don't worry about it. It's still good, y'all. Okay. Oh my goodness. Delicious, delicious, delicious. And do me a favor, another favor, share the video out. I really would appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me in my kitchen today. These look amazing. And until next time, the good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. I'll see you then. Be blessed.